Today is the 5th of January 2021, which is a Tuesday, and the time right now is 2300 hours and 45 minutes, which is exactly 11:45 p.m. Budapest time. And this video is about my results with Mohini Trade for the day. Now you're looking at my day. You're actually looking at the DAX 30 charts with the M15 zoom, which means that each and every candle represents 15 minutes of trading time. My day starts somewhere between the 4th and the 5th, right there. You see the tip of my finger, there's the little gap. That's where my day starts, and I'm going to explain you this chart very scientifically. So listen up. It went up and then it went down. I thought it was going to go lower, but then luckily it didn't. But then, oops, it suddenly fell so deep. I almost checked my pants, but then it went up. And when I was only seeing this around noonish, I think I fudged my pants again. But then, oh, it's going to go through the floor again. But then it didn't, luckily. And, you know, at the end of the day, it didn't go through the floor, which is good for me. And so if I have to sum it up, what kind of day it wasn't good. It wasn't shit either. You know, there's a saying in my hometown in Kisvárda in eastern Hungary. We say, this isn't bad, but this is not what good should look like. So this is not what good looks like. Good looks a lot better, I can tell you that much. So I don't know much about Forex, but today was the second trading day of the year, the second trading day of 2021. And really, I only have 3 weeks of trading experience with Mohini Trade. So please forgive me. I always feel like a caveman going into a superior court arguing his case. You know, like that. But I'm not. I don't have to be able to take the car apart. It's enough that I can drive it, and that's exactly the case with Mohini Trade. I can drive it, and this is some rough road, not the roughest, but rough enough to kind of get some rattle in the car. You know what I'm saying? So let's see my results. My results are very nice. A lot of blue, but there's some red mixed in there. You will see. As you can see, I sorted my results by the time the position were open. And the first 4 positions that were closed, you see the swap fees because I left them overnight from the 4th, all of them from the 4th. So there's a couple of, the first one is 91 cent, but the other one is like almost $10, $7, $11, $21. Those were the big dogs, like the 0.4, 0.3. Oh, actually, there's a 0.7 position that was closed with $7.33. And if I scroll down, you can see that pretty much everything else is like pennies, maybe a few dollars. Rarely a big one, Well, nothing really. There's a red. Oh, there's a $10 one. There's a $9 one. Oh, I almost overlooked it. There's a $5 one. I'm not sure if that's a big one. Here, a couple of red ones. It probably caught the turn. Top of the turn or bottom of the turn. Oh, there's an $8 one. So there's a couple bigger ones. Oh, 4 cents. That's a red. That's very bad. But you can see it's not all horrible, but there's a lot more red than usual. It's probably because of the market conditions. And you can see that I made, or better yet, Mohini Trade made for me $136 and 93 cents, which is outstanding considering that I had a not good, but not shit day. Now, let's see. I still have open positions. It's pretty obvious, right? I was very optimistic thinking while I was drinking my morning coffee. I'm always very optimistic when I drink coffee. I was thinking maybe Mohini Trade's going to trade it all out because at that time my open positions were somewhere lingering between $700 and $800. Right now it's a lot less. It's under $500 with the positions that I have open, but you can see some of them, or better yet, not all of them, the last 4 isn't, but most of them are still from the shit day. So I wonder if Mohini Trade's going to be able to trade it all out for me, or maybe I will just close them when they come to a friendly distance, but I'm not going to close it at $500. That's a little too much. Right now, my balance is $3,570 and 17 cents. The equity, now that's where the equity is. The equity is a little over $3,000. And you can see my margin is, and the free is a little tortured here because it's not horrible or anything like that, but this kind of ties up my money. Now, about having open positions, it really hinders my robot to make new positions. Well, actually, it's not the robot and it's not the positions, it's the lack of my funds, because I'm working with a very, very thin, well, very, very thin balance, or better yet, I should show my equity, because that's how much I would have if I closed this right now, or something like that. So I'm working with very little money as capital, and when you do that, you really don't have much choice. You can't have too many positions open because your capital just won't carry it. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm not using the right terminology, so forgive me for that. But this is a hindrance, and I have to solve it one way or the other. Or maybe Mohini Trade is going to solve it, or maybe the market's going to solve it, or maybe I'm just naive again, thinking that shit's going to solve itself, and maybe it won't, maybe it will. But then again, I had another thought later the day, thinking maybe this is the amount that will always be around while I'm building my equity, or building my balance, building my next level of capital. And this is the cost of doing business. And it kind of gave me that thought, that parallel, that I'm also an entrepreneur, and I have a lot of projects that failed. I have a few projects that were successful, and luckily the money that I made from the successful projects outweigh the money that I lost on the failure projects. And failure is a natural part of process and progress. And I think it's a natural part of becoming wealthier by the day. You have to fail, but when you fail, you got to know what you did wrong so you can avoid doing it again. And also you can start looking for new ways, new pathways to what you want, because failure is clearly just nothing but it's a statement it's a feedback from the world that this path is not walkable. You will get there, but maybe not this way. So find a new path. So sorry, I digress, but I went on a little rant here. Long story short, I still have a little under $500 worth of open positions for the night, but I'm no longer worried. I'm no longer gonna toss and turn in my sleep. Like, I really wasn't tossing and turning last night either. I was just a little feeling a little uneasy while I brushed my teeth, and that's it. Besides, this isn't my money. Technically, this isn't my money. Think about this. I had only $2,000, so right now I'm risking the money that I technically took away from somebody else. And that's a good feeling, people. I wish you would all experience this feeling, because I'm not risking what's mine. I'm risking what could be mine and hopefully will be mine. But technically, this isn't gone down the drain yet. And technically, most of it, well, some of it, or just 2/3 of it is mine. 1/3 of it isn't. So technically, I still have 1/3 of not my money. I'm not sure if I make sense, but I hope you can follow. Anyways, these are my crazy, weird, not bad, but not good thoughts for the day either. I hope we're going to have a lot better market tomorrow, because this isn't bad, but good doesn't. This is not what good looks like. All right. So thank you for your attention. Peace out. Live long, Mohini.